Now let's go back to the main storyboard here, and this time we look at the collection reusable, and there you can see that the background color I can choose Diamond Gray from here. That's the color I chose, I set up here. Now you can see this in Diamond Gray now. Or I can set the color, this color to Diamond Gray, not this one here, because I'm going to work on this later on. So let me do this. I'm going to undo the background color of this one here, and then I make a selection on this, and then I choose background color. I need a Diamond Gray, so it's right here. Now I change Diamond Gray. So that's how you can see once you create a custom color from the assets, and they're all available in the drop-down menu. Now let's configure the collection view cell and the section header size. So select collection view, and now we want to open the size inspector here. Collection view cell size, the default one is 128 128. We want to change to make a little bigger here, so we change to 196. This is the width and height. 196 will become square. And then the estimate size. So we don't give estimate size, I say none. And then header size, width 0, height 100. Alright, and footer size, leave it 0 because we don't have footer yet, so don't give a size here. And minimum spacing for cell 0, for line 7. Section insights, we put 7 for top, bottom, left, right. Here, when we give a number here, when we say 196, we mean 198 points. And each point may refer to one or more pixels on the device screen. Like on iPhone 11, the screen is 414 points wide and 896 points high. The actual resolution could be 822 pixels by 1792 pixels. The cell size, we give 196, 196 here. It determines the size of collection view. The header size determines the size of collection view section header. Minimum spacing determines the space between cells. Section insights determines the space between section containing the cell to the side of the enclosing view. These settings are specific to iPhone 11. So if you're using different version for iPhone, you need to check to see that what kind of what's the width, how many points is the width and how many points is the height on that specific device to determine the maybe like, so for example like what we're doing here, we're trying to set up the cell size based on the width and height of the iPhone 11. But if you're using smaller version, a bigger version of the screen, you need to adjust all these sizes. Depends on which device that you want to point to. So after we select all of these, we want to test it to see how the view was changed. So I click on the run button. Now you can see my cell is bigger than it was before, and I got only 6 cells on top here. And if I scroll down, I can see all of them. So it looks much better than it was before. The next is I'm going to put some buttons right here. Let's see how to add buttons onto the header. So I'll go back to the storyboard, and this time I select Explore View Controller. I make the a little bigger here, and then I'm going to add a button. So you search, here's the button here. I'm going to drag this button onto my header. So drag this one. Okay, go back. Okay, I get a header, I get a button here, so I move it around. Right, so center it like this. Now make it a little smaller because I'm going to add a view controller. So I make some room for myself, and there I go back here. This time I search view controller. So get a view controller here, and what I do is I drag this view controller to right here. So I got it right here. Now I'm going to set up the connection from this button to the view controller. But before I do that, I want to add a navigation. We'll need we need a space for the cancel and the done button. So we will need to embed this view controller scene in the navigation controller to provide a navigation bar where the button can be placed. So with this controller selected here, we go to Menu, Editor, and then we choose Embed in Navigation Controller. So after I added here, you can see we get the navigation controller added here. Of course, it's too small, so I may need to make it a little bigger. Alright, so make it a little bigger like this. Now make it a little bigger here, so too big. Alright, so I'm going to set up the button connection to this view controller. What you do is you control drag the button to this view and release the mouse. Now the action sag pop up there, and from here we choose present modelly. This makes the view controller's view slide up from the bottom of the screen when the button is clicked. You will not be able to interact with any other view until this view is dismissed. That's why we choose modelly, present modelly. At this moment, this sag has linked the Explore View Controller scene and the Navigation Controller scene together. Now let's test it to see if it works. And when I click on this button, I should be able to see a new view pop up there. So run it. Now when I click on this button, yes, I do get a new view controller on top. That's right, it's working good. So let's stop it. Next, we want to add a cancel and the done button to the navigation bar. So let's go back to the navigation item here. And then this is my navigation item here. And I select navigation item. And after we select navigation item, I'm ready to add 2 buttons called cancel and done button. So right here, we search So I search bar button item here and drop it right here. Okay, move it a little bit here. And go back there again. Grab another one, put onto right here. So we got 2 buttons added here, and we're going to name it as a cancel and done. So with this button selected here, I go to the inspector here, and right here under system item, I choose done, and select this button here, I choose cancel. So now we set up these 2 buttons here. The navigation controller has a property that holds an array of view controller. When you click the button in the Explore screen, the new view controller is added to the array, and its view appears from the bottom of the screen covering the collection view. To dismiss the view, you will need to link the cancel button to the screen exit and implement an unwind method in Explore View Controller, and that will be executed after the screen exits. So let's go back to Explore View Controller. And go to the bottom of the code here. And we put this code in. IB action function, unwind location, cancel, UI storyboard sag. Save the file. Now go back to the storyboard. And let me make it a little bigger so that we can see better. This is the... Okay, so what I do is, this time, we hold Control key, drag this button all the way to the exit, and release the mouse. Now we pop up a sag, action sag, unwind, location cancel with sag, selected. So now we set up the connection here, and right after that, we can see that cancel with sag is pop up there. Now let's run it to see how it looks like, to see if I can cancel the screen. Go back here, click on button, and now click on cancel. It works. So come back to the previous screen. It's working now with the sag.